In Music 2301 and 2302, there are three kinds of quizzes: special quizzes, practice quizzes, and real quizzes, also real tests. There are two kinds of special quizzes: the lockdown check quiz and the introductory quiz. Those two quizzes put together comprise 15% of your grade for the whole course, for the semester. And both of those quizzes, the lockdown check quiz and the introductory quiz, you can find them in the Blackboard in the folder that's called Special Quizzes. Well, the introductory quiz and the lockdown check quizzes have due dates, which are the same due dates for both of these quizzes. And I mentioned those dates on the welcome video, so I'll go over them kind of quickly here. If you submit either the introductory or the lockdown quiz on the due date of January 31st or before January 31st, you can earn 100 if you answer all the questions correctly. But if you turn it in after January 31st, but on or before February 7th, even if you answer all the questions correctly, the highest possible score is 80. And a week later, if you turn in the introductory quiz, or the same thing applies to the lockdown check quiz, if you turn in those quizzes on or before February 14th, the highest possible score is 60, even if you answer all the questions correctly. And after February 14th, it's too late to hand in either the introductory or the lockdown check quiz. But, as I say on the bottom here, you can take these quizzes over and over and over and over. Hopefully your highest score among all your tries, your highest score will be 100. Then the highest score is the one that counts. So you would get 100.
Well, these are the two purposes for the lockdown check quiz. The first purpose is it tests your headphones and speakers. In other words, it tests whether you can hear the music. You can understand why it's kind of important that you can listen to some music examples. The textbook contains some music examples that we listen to. And quizzes and tests sometimes will have a question where some music is played, and then there's a question about the music that was played. So that's the first purpose of the lockdown check quiz, is to test your headphones and speakers. The second purpose is to make sure that you've got access to a Respondus lockdown browser. Hopefully, if you have it on your computer, that's great. If you don't have it on your computer, UH Downtown has got computers that have the Respondus lockdown browser installed on them. And more about the lockdown browser, the Respondus lockdown browser on the next few slides. Well, as I was just saying, all the quizzes and tests this semester, actually, with the exception of the introductory quiz, you don't need the Respondus lockdown browser for the introductory quiz, but with all the other quizzes and tests, you must take them on a Respondus lockdown browser. You can't take the quizzes this semester on a Chrome browser, Firefox, Safari, Edge, Internet Explorer, any of those more common browsers. The Respondus lockdown browser only works on a computer that is either a laptop or a desktop computer. The Respondus lockdown browser doesn't work on a phone. When you take the lockdown check quiz this week, if you can't answer the 2 questions correctly, that means if you don't have access to a Respondus lockdown browser, you really should drop the class. Now, unless there's some technical reason why you are having trouble getting a lockdown browser installed. Basically, I hope you understand if you can't get access to a lockdown browser, a Respondus lockdown browser, you'll get a 0 on all the quizzes and all the tests. So there's really no point in continuing in the class if you don't have access to a Respondus lockdown browser. Well, here's a couple of phone numbers and also an address on the web, a link where you can get help if you're having trouble installing the lockdown browser, or actually if you're having any kind of technical difficulties, you can find help at either of these phone numbers or the address that I give you. In your browser, you can go to uht.edu/bbhelpform, and you'll see a form there that you can fill out, and someone will contact you to help you out with the technical issues. And here's what the lockdown check quiz looks like. It's the same quiz for everybody. It only has 2 questions on it. It's not supposed to be a hard quiz. As we said above, it's just checking whether you can hear the music okay and whether you have access to a Respondus lockdown browser. So, the first question is, if I click my mouse or touchpad on these words, the words in blue, that is to say, click here, number 1, MP3, I can hear the music, true or false. So hopefully you'll click true. And the second question is the same question as the first question, but it'll play a different musical sound clip.
Quiz is based upon. As I say again here now, the introductory quiz is totally based on the 5 videos, on 5 videos that are in the video recordings folder. The introductory quiz is not related to the ebook. The introductory quiz is not related to the welcome video. The introductory quiz is not related to the videos in the Phil Ahern music folder, which is a subfolder that's in the video recordings folder.
And here's a few more characteristics of the introductory quiz. I'm just showing these so that you won't be surprised when you take the introductory quiz, to see that you can only see one question at a time. You can't scroll up and down, back and forth through the quiz. When you finish the quiz, you can see your score, but you can't see any of the questions on the quiz that you just took. And finally, it's a timed test. You must finish it in 1 hour. Well, I'll see you on the next video. I'll see you on video number 3. Bye-bye.